The Great Stillness. How the Rishis perceived welcome. Back to our short series on the amazing multidimensional sages, the Rishis. In our last video, we met the Rishis, the great seers of the Vedic tradition, beings of extraordinary lifespan and perception, who received, rather than authored, the foundational wisdom of some of the world's oldest living sciences. But a question naturally arises. How does a human being, even one living for centuries, even one of exceptional gifts, come to perceive what ordinary awareness cannot reach? This is what we explore today. The method, the inner technology, the quality of consciousness the Rishis cultivated, and what it reveals about the nature of reality itself. Consciousness as the ground of existence. The Vedic understanding of consciousness is not the one most of us grew up with. Modern thinking tends to place the mind at the center of experience, a sophisticated processor, receiving signals from a world that exists independently outside it. Consciousness, in this view, is something the brain produces, a light the machinery generates, and that ceases when the machinery stops. The Vedic understanding is almost precisely the reverse. Consciousness is not produced by matter. Consciousness is the ground of all existence. The universe arises within awareness, not the other way around. Matter is a particular condensation of consciousness, not its source. For the Rishis, this was not a philosophical position held as belief. It was directly verifiable through direct experience in the deepest states of meditation. And it changes everything about what knowledge is and how it can be obtained. If consciousness is the ground of reality, then a consciousness sufficiently refined, sufficiently quiet, sufficiently clear, can perceive the patterns of reality directly, not infer them from evidence, not model them through calculation, perceive them, the way a perfectly still lake perceives the entire sky above it, completely, without distortion. This is what the Rishis cultivated through tapas, sustained, fierce spiritual austerity, through devotion so complete that personal history, personal preference, personal noise fell away, layer by layer, until what remained was awareness itself, pure, open, still. And the time this required is almost incomprehensible to us. Not years, not decades, centuries in some cases. Vishvamitra is said to have lost and regained his spiritual standing multiple times across thousands of years of practice. Each fall and each rising, making him deeper, more resilient, more genuinely wise. The extraordinary length of the Rishis' lives was not incidental to their wisdom. It was essential to it. To receive what they received, you needed to have sat long enough for every layer of personal noise and distortion to be fully, finally spent. And in that hard-won stillness, they could perceive what is always present, but almost never reached. The underlying order of existence, the patterns beneath the patterns, the laws that govern the movement of stars and the movement of souls, with equal, elegant precision. Why this knowledge does not age. This is why Vedic knowledge does not age. Not because it is ancient and therefore authoritative, but because it is drawn from a source that does not change. The laws of planetary movement have not changed since Parashara first perceived and described them. The relationship between the position of Jupiter at your birth and the quality of wisdom you carry in this lifetime. This was true when first observed thousands of years ago, and it is true now, today, in your chart, because the Rishis were not looking at planets through a telescope. They were perceiving the intelligence behind the planets, the consciousness that expresses itself through celestial movement, through the qualities of light, through the precise timing of cosmic cycles. And that intelligence is unchanging. And this is indeed one of the teachings we can also take into our own lives. In this time, to relearn to be receptive and intuitive to cosmic forces will awaken deep innate gifts that will help us to find our higher path. Working with Rishi consciousness and Vedic astrology is one way of doing this, and at this time, it feels like their energy is awakening within many of us. All we have to do is to find the time to open up to these higher forms of communication. Do you feel ready to tap into this? To activate your gifts and to receive the guidance from the etheric realms? In part 3, we arrive at the heart of the series, the gift the Rishis call the Eye of the Vedas, Jyotish, the science of light. We will meet Parashara, Jaimini, the mystery of the Bhrigu Samhita, and the extraordinary story of how 27 lunar mansions were mapped not by scholars, but by seers feeling the quality of each degree of the sky. If you would like to find out more about how to expand your consciousness, please visit our website, dharmastars.org. And please remember to like and subscribe to continue accessing videos like these. We look forward to weaving with you again soon.